Hello, Fuzzy Biker here. We got motorcycle royalty here today. Look at this thing. 1927 Indian Scout 45. First year of the 45s.
Yep.
Absolutely beautiful machine. Been restored to original condition over a 15-year period. I think its owner said it's ran twice.
Yep, that's correct.
And I've got video of it being running, so we'll put that on here. But look at that, isn't that beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to start with the engine. On a high style bike like that, like this, it's hard to start somewhere, but we're going to start there. What was the name of the carb?
It's a Schiebler carburetor.
Schiebler carburetor. V-twin, of course. This is a bronze carburetor. It's got low circuit, high circuit. Dropping down here, here's the magneto. The advance for the timing is right here. The throttle over here. Throttle is on the left side on this motorcycle. Notice the Indian on the grip. Timing is on the right side. Back down here to the engine. Off the engine, there's a gear here, another gear here, and then the clutch has a gear. So there's no chain in here. The generator is ran off of a gear that runs off the clutch. Two gears that run a belt. Back there, you can see that. It's just a gorgeous. Every time I look at this thing, I just don't know what to do. It's just gorgeous. Exhaust. Two pipes, chromed, run down on this black pipe. There's a cutout right here, which was something that they did back then, option. Of course, here's the exhaust. Fuel goes in here, oil over here. This is an oil pump here. This is a compression release here for the engine to turn the engine off. This is the fuel shutoff, on and off for the fuel. Runs through the tank into a valve down here. He was showing me that on some of this stuff over here. This must be oil over here, this outlet here. And then this is from the pump for the oil. The oil feeds down to this pump here. This is a total loss system. And you can adjust this and so that the correct amount of oil drips into the engine at the whole time. You just maintain the correct level of oil. Something to point out on this is the clutch. So linkage is right here. This is the engage position. This is disengage. You push it in just like in a car, and you know, then you can shift gears, step back on this, and it goes flat. The bike has a 3-speed transmission, which is actually bolted to the engine. Very interesting. Going back up here, you notice right away there's no wires. Everything, no cables, everything is inside the bars. And I was looking at this. So this is the timing on this side, or throttle on this side, and the timing on this side. They've got leather, they're wrapped in leather. Here's a better look at it. And of course you got these cables, just gorgeous. I feel bad even touching this thing. Of course the light, this is the horn. An amp meter, this is period correct amp meter. What the bike would have had when it came out. The color is also period correct. Everything about this is restored to like new, correct?
Yep, that's correct.
Yep. And it's been judged, and it nearly 100 points. Something interesting about this, we'll start with the front end. Notice the half leaf spring, or what we would call half leaf spring. This front end, there's a pivot point here. The spring activates on the front, and then the hub, the axle is on the back here. So that gives you your travel. Nice large fender. Back then they would have been driving a lot of gravel roads. Makes my dirt bike look short. Gravel and mud roads probably. Very interesting. 3-speed gearbox. Here's a shifter. And the rear suspension, of course, is right here. These springs. There is no rear suspension. Going back to the front, the brakes on this bike are no brake on the front. And here's a rear brake. This is a band brake. 2 bands, top, bottom. Push the lever, twist something here, and that makes it tight. In England, they had to put shoes on the inside of this, and they had a hand to operate. So they had a foot brake that ran the outside band, and a foot brake or hand brake that ran the inside shoes. I love the kickstand. That would hook into here when it's in the up position. Tail light. This is the battery in this box, and this is a toolbox over here. Just absolutely gorgeous. I can only imagine the amount of work you put into this. What would you bought this in 07, you said?
Yep, 2007.
And you
Finished it in September of 2021.
Wow. Absolutely gorgeous machine. Absolutely gorgeous. How did you get the lettering? Did you?
There's a local guy who's a hand striper.
Oh wow, so that's done by hand.
Yes.
Just beautiful. The paint is absolutely gorgeous. Pinstriping. Can only imagine the amount of work there. He said you had the engine built in Massachusetts.
That's correct.
Work. The motorcycle has ran a couple times, has not been ridden yet. See how these running boards tilt up? The Kickstarter. Just an absolutely beautiful piece of work. I think just beautiful, beautiful. There's a lot of story to this bike. We won't get it all today, but we'd bring you what we could for now. Y'all get out there and ride. Beautiful motorcycles. Wahoo!